Good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of Real Talk here on Shelbyville Now.
Hello.
I'm David Thomas. This is Bo Gill.
Hello,
We are
hello.
going to talk about two or three topics today that are the chatter around town.
Yeah, the chatter, the real talk. What are they talking about? What are you talking about?
Who is they?
That's them.
Them?
It's them. Hello.
We'll have to ask them what they're talking about. But before we dive into our topics of the day, let's hear from our sponsors, 580 Graphics and Bobo Construction and Land Management.
Yes.
And we'll be right back.
Looking to make your brand stand out? At 580 Graphics in Shelbyville, we turn your ideas into bold, professional results. From custom logo design to screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, decals, banners, and signage, we handle it all in-house with precision and fast turnaround. Whether you're a small business, a church group, a sports team, or a growing company, our experienced design team works with you every step of the way to bring your vision to life. We don't just print graphics. We help you get noticed. Exceptional service, eye-catching design, results that speak for themselves. Visit 580 Graphics today and let your brand make a statement.
When your project needs a strong foundation, trust experience that delivers results. At Bobo Construction and Land Management, we bring over 25 years of expertise to every job, from demolition, land clearing, and site preparation, to underground utilities, drainage solutions, concrete, asphalt, and building pads. We handle every phase with precision and professionalism, serving residential, commercial, and industrial clients across Middle Tennessee. Our team is committed to quality work, clear communication, and projects completed safely and on schedule. For dependable results you can build on, choose Bobo Construction and Land Management.
All righty, before we get started today, I need to take care of this business.
Yes.
We want to be transparent with all our viewers. Bo Gill is currently a declared candidate for Beaufort County Commissioner in District 5. Real Talk remains an editorial program under the full control of Shelbyville Now. This platform is not affiliated with any campaign, and we will offer equal access to all qualified candidates in this race. Our goal is to provide open discussion of issues facing Beaufort County while maintaining fairness and transparency. And I will extend an invitation to anybody that would like to come and talk on here that is a candidate that's in the current election. The door is open. The mic is theirs anytime.
Right, it's hot. Seat's hot. The mic's hot. Let's roll.
That's right. Bo, I want to talk about, first of all, let's talk about what's going on with the war. It looks like today Trump said we're going to start shooting at Iran's mine planters.
Yeah, they're planting mines. We're going to take out everyone that's planting a mine.
At the same time that came out, another report, this is the second or third report I've seen that where the stockpiles of our missiles, United States missiles, have been depleted to almost half of what they were before this war started. Mm-hmm. Now I think we are a little bit hesitant about starting to shoot them again.
There's not many missiles flying right now. Is that what you're saying?
Well,
there is a lot of missiles being made somewhere. Let me guarantee you that. The order has been put in because,
and we're waiting to get them. That's not a good situation.
It's not a good situation.
But just think if we had a real war.
Well, exactly.
We would run out in a month.
Were we prepared? And Israel, they've ran out. They probably depend on a lot of our stuff. We're going to have a situation going there, but it looks like that the Strait, they're getting attacked. Any Iranian ship that
I think 4 ships were attacked.
Is that what it was today?
They started shooting out.
The problem there is the leadership. Who's in charge there? Nobody knows.
Yeah, I can tell you exactly.
What the guy?
The guy with the guns.
Yeah, it is. You're right. But it seems like that everyone just all of a sudden he's not in charge anymore.
This guy with the guns ain't going nowhere.
Well, somebody's
going to have to come and take the guns from him, and that ain't going to happen.
Well, I feel for the people of Iran. I know that there's real people in Iran. There's real human beings probably. Well, I know there is. There are in every country all over the world with real hearts that don't want this. And I pray for that. And I pray that there's some type of God-driven leadership that comes out of Iran that will get them back on the right track.
Here's the thing that bothers me. We sunk their Navy, but yet they still got the Strait of Hormuz shoot with a bunch of speedboats.
Yeah, no, look, we don't need to get into saying, they're defeated or somewhere's defeated.
No,
back in World War II, remember when Hitler said that Soviet Union was almost defeated? They were on their last leg. Mm-hmm. Don't ever say that anyone's defeated, especially if they're still putting up a good fight. Right?
Honestly, they're like a nuisance and we can't even deal with it.
Well, yeah, and the American people don't want to deal with it. And then you've got the midterms coming up, and that's going to put a lot of political pressure all over the situation. It's I do though. I feel like maybe there could be a turn for the best right here. It's an opportunity for a turn for the best.
They're not going to negotiate. Here's what I think we do. I think we just say, okay, y'all can have the Strait of Hormuz. We can't stop it. Other countries are going to have to come in and help. And we're going to kind of go back to a normal situation. We're going to like pull back. I don't think we're going to start using more missiles that we don't have and leave ourselves exposed to deal with a termite.
No, I would hope we would not do that. That's not.
I mean, they're not a real threat compared to Russia or China.
No, they're not at all. And those are the ones that are probably the reason why Iran is still on their legs is maybe because of a couple of those.
China's just sitting back watching us empty our gun on them.
And we've got to take care of us first and foremost. I get the years and years that Iraq has been a bad player in the world game. I mean,
here's the thing. Look at this. They weren't shooting any missiles. Now they had, of course, Israel was over there blowing up Gaza after those Hamas attacked them. Okay, we see that was provoked. And I just question how all that came about. How in the world did they get in there and do that? But anyway, they did. Killed all those people, took all those hostages. And now Israel's going scorched earth as much as they can with what they got.
I mean, is this Iran thing it's kind of a diversion so they can are they still concentrating on the Gaza? Are they clearing it out? I mean, is this what's going on really?
I think there was a missile or two shot over the other day.
I'm sure
they had their peace talks and their ceasefire, and then we got a ceasefire today, up in Lebanon, and a missile went flying in there to kill somebody. They're still trying to, I don't know what's going on.
Sounds like wars and rumors of wars.
Yeah, it sounds like biblical stuff taking place. All right, let's move on from it because we can't cure it. All we can do is just pay for a higher gas price and deal with our economy.
Yeah, that's right. And it's come down a little bit, but I mean,
it's fixing to go back up.
No,
crude
don't tell me that.
Crude went up about 5% today. Closed at about 97.
Hey, we're good. Let's just keep on rolling with the punches.
All right. Now, on local stuff, the big chatter around town is everybody's appraisals. Their property appraisals has gone through the roof. The assessments that we're looking at. I got mine, looked at it, and I'm like, okay, 60% increase. On one case, 1,100% increase on one little lot. And everybody is yelling, they doubled our property taxes. That's not what's happened.
No, that is not what's happened. They have reassessed your property taxes based on mass appraisal of market value. The numbers of what you're going to pay doesn't necessarily increase. It does per se, but a lot of this is dependent on the tax rate.
Yeah, just people that's running around saying that they doubled our property taxes. That is not true. We will not know about our property taxes until the county commission sits down and approves their budget and sets the tax rate based on this adjustment. It goes back to 145, I think. I forget the number where we were at 232.
Right.
It's backed up to 145. Okay.
Right.
And you get a 25% of your value is what you're paying that rate on. Okay. So that is supposed to be an average neutral move.
Yes.
So the average appraisal, it's adjusted to even where it's a net
no gain, net no loss.
All right.
That's right.
All right. But some people though.
Okay.
Like if you had an 1,100% increase on a piece of property,
yes,
you're gonna pay a higher tax.
Yes, you are.
All right. Now, if you had a 50% or 40%, you're probably on that range where it's going to be about the same, unless our county commissioners raise our property taxes.
That's right. That's right.
Now we're talking about county.
And I know it's a lot. It's a complex situation. But let's talk about the reappraisals for a minute and the market value that you're seeing in the letter that you got in the mail. You're going, wow, my house is really worth this now. In most cases, yes, it is. If you were to sell your house right now, we've been barking this for a long time, that the average home price in Bedford County is $330,000. It's probably still in that area. Some houses that 5 or 10 years ago were at $75,000 now are going close to $300,000. They are selling. That means people are buying them. They base these appraisals off of that. Now, when the tax assessor does this and comes up with the number that you receive, it is on a mass basis of appraisal.
And do they narrow it down? I would like to get Drew Reed on here.
Drew could tell you much better, but we'll tell you that it's not like me doing a residential appraisal
Right.
where I'm zoomed in on
Yeah,
that one
right.
property and trying to get
Do
the
they
value
do
of
it
that.
in areas?
I think they do it
Larger
in larger
areas,
areas, but sometimes larger areas have different quality
Yeah,
subdivisions
from one range to another
Yes,
in there. So,
that's right. That's
so
right.
if you are on the low end of the spectrum and you feel like you got jacked too far, you can go and appeal.
Oh yes, it's not the end all be all. You can appeal. There is an appeal process set up for everyone, and then it goes into an equalization board. But usually it stops at the appeal process. Don't go in there just to complain. Go in there with ammo. With I say ammo, not with ammo, not with real ammo. Go in there with comparable sales, things to prove that your house is worth what it is. That maybe their appraisal is a little high. That's something that I do. I'm a real estate appraiser. I've had so many phone calls here the last few days because of this situation. I've had a lot of people that don't understand, but it's not, you don't have to hire me. You can go there with your own data
Right.
and do this. It's doable. But
especially if some houses close by have sold.
yeah, and you know that they've sold. You
Let's
just go
say,
and you tell them.
Would you say in the last year?
In the last year, that's what you want to use, and that as appraisal is, well, you want to use the most recent, but you can go 12 months if it's a limited market or a market which we don't have right now. You can go back to 2 years, to 16 months or something. But yeah, you want to go 6 to 12 months.
And I would dare say there's not an area in town that hadn't had something transfer hands in the last year.
There has been.
I mean, everybody,
and a lot
maybe
of them,
in the last 6 months,
and
too.
a lot of in our downridden neighborhoods, there have been several that have been purchased, rehabbed. I mean, to the T's, and then sold. I mean, for hundreds of thousands of dollars. They're setting new market. People are buying them. And
then those houses that hadn't been revamped are getting hit with.
They're getting hit with that,
yeah.
and that's where the appeal needs to come in.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that own rental houses here. They've contacted me to say, "Whoa, man, what's up here?" I get that, but that's just the way that the mass tax appraisal process works. It's not an individual detail, but they do invite you and want you to appeal because they know that they're not perfect. There are some outliers. There are some landlocked properties that have been, there's some that just, they get missed. They get all thrown into the bunch. So make sure, first of all, that what you got, that read the letter you got and make sure that everything, that it's your property, but then make sure, look at the number. And if it's not right, call a real estate professional and then go up there and have a discussion with them. They're ready to talk. That's what they do. They know that this is coming. This is what they, it's time. And plus you got an election going on. So they would love to just help you right now. I'm sure they're both in the office. They'll both help you.
Okay. Other thing that ties along with that, on Tuesday night, our Rules and Legislative Committee at the county level had their monthly meeting.
Yeah.
And at that point, a motion was made. Commissioner Eric Maddox, along with City Councilman Josh Blevins, made their presentation as far as their committee that on the senior tax
summary of the
they gave their recommendation that they'd like to see this move forward, and the committee made a recommendation to take this to the commission and simultaneously take it to the finance committee for them to look over it while the commission will vote on it.
Yes,
okay.
That's
right. There was some discussion about whether this motion was right and if the finance committee needed to approve this, and it ended up a 3-2 vote moving forward. Now, I want to say this. I was brought up in a time period to where we respected our elders. We looked to the future. We looked to the people that were ahead of us. That laid the groundwork for Bedford County, and we gave them ultimate respect. And we were taught that whenever it was time for those people to retire, a lot of them are on a fixed income. You need to look out for those folks. That's the opportunity that Bedford County has right now. Now, I don't know if there's a generation of people out there that's still there. I don't know if I'm in the minority. I've seen people say that's not fair. An older person should have to pay exactly what a younger person should have to pay. Blah, blah, blah. Now, that's just total disrespect, in my opinion.
Yes.
Forget fair.
Right.
Okay. This is what you do.
Yeah. You've got veterans and you've got seniors, and that's what you do.
You got people that are on a fixed income that don't have the ability to go out and get a second job. They do good to pay for their medication and their food, and we're going to tax them out of their homes. So this is the opportunity that our county has and our city has to freeze it, so they'll know they're not going to get hammered in the future.
And it's such a great thing, and I think there was mostly positive talks about it, but then all of a sudden the question came up, and it's procedural, and Mr. Boutwell brought it up about we'll make sure that it goes to the finance department first, and not just what happens, does it just go to the commission? And the motion was made to go to the finance department and then to the commission.
Well, no, it's going simultaneously.
Yeah,
that means the finance committee has no jurisdiction
right.
over.
But what I'm trying to say is, I saw some stopgap measures that were trying to happen there.
Yeah, and it's going to happen.
And it's going to happen. But that's why you need to vote and to see what the people that are representing you right now, because you need to ask them about this very issue and about that very scenario, and what would they do in that scenario if they're going to represent you.
Yeah, this all gets down to who's going to respect the seniors that have paid the price and that are struggling.
I agree.
We don't help them or not.
But I also agree with procedure. It needs to be done the right way every time, and they're taking the right path.
They have done
to the T.
They have done the studies massively, a whole lot more than some of this other stuff that we rammed through.
This has been
nothing.
This has been exhausted.
Yeah,
they have exhausted.
They have went to every source necessary to see that this can be done, and it's a state law that you can do it. And we're talking about minimal stuff here as far as our county budget goes, but maximum stuff for these maybe 500, 600, 700 seniors that might get a couple $100 break that will buy a prescription drug for them.
You're exactly right.
If we can't do this,
I don't know where
there is no hope.
There is no hope, and the almighty dollar wins again.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep, absolutely. And I'm sure somebody's going to disagree, and you have every right to.
Oh yes, you do. This is America.
This is a good one. Can we put a temporary ban on vape and tobacco shops coming in? Here's the way I look
moratorium?
at that. Troy, I agree with the thought. Here's the thing, though. It's a free market. And if somebody is going to gamble on that, I don't think it's too big of a gamble in Bedford County or Shelbyville, the city especially, because they're popping up everywhere. And I don't know. Obviously, vape and tobacco is a big thing.
It's selling, and coffee too.
Coffee. All right, you got all your stimulants are something big here for some reason, Troy. So I think I would love to see it banned, but it interferes with the free market if it's legal.
It interferes with freedom. It does. Yeah. I get what he said. I get exactly what he's saying. Too. But if you've got better, I guess, if better companies or they want to come put in business there, then you'll get it. But when you have a market that sells to, the market's going to come.
It's our
here.
Demographics.
They're going to market to the demographics.
That's our demographics.
It is. I mean,
blowing smoke and drinking caffeine. That's it, man. I get your sentiment, Troy. I wish we could ban coffee shop buildings, but it's not going to happen.
No, it's not, and nor should we. This is freedom. This is America. As long as it's lawful, then let's go for it.
Mount Juliet has done one. I'm sure you know what I'm speaking of. Yeah, I get it. Honestly, I don't think anybody at that level has the intestinal fortitude to even mention that, Troy. I really don't. I don't think that there's anybody with anybody. Well, I don't think you're going to see it happen here.
Not at this point.
I think right now that we're in a position to where the people that are sitting in the seats want to grab every single dollar possible tax-wise.
But you've got those that are responsible there, that are wanting, and that are sometimes they're the small minority though that are wanting, and this is where your opportunity can to plan for the future to keep similar or comparable type of businesses away.
And well, here's another thing too. All right, we got that vape store or that tobacco shop or whatever it is that you want to look at and say they keep coming here. They keep coming here because we keep buying their junk. All right.
Yep.
And we can't get a Publix because we won't buy their stuff.
That's right.
All right.
We buy Dollar General and vape products. And look, federal government just went even more loose on marijuana today. And Tennessee's still strong, but just wait till those shops start popping
we're
up.
going to have the medical marijuana lounges.
The smoke lounges.
Mark Henley, there's a vape store on every corner because everyone wants to be established when marijuana is legalized. There he goes. He hits on it. vapes are just the opportunity to get established. You're correct. You're correct. THC, is that what it is?
THC
coming in there.
THC
In
coming in.
that liquid form, it's
Mhm.
going to be
They've got it
marijuana.
now with I think it's THCA, and there's some type of legality there,
Yeah.
but it's not the pure. But yeah.
All right. So that gets into free market,
Yes,
but we have the ability as consumers to say no.
we do, and that's our right. I mean, most people look at those as more of a vice, those types of shops, but some people don't, and there's great people that vape, and there's great people that don't vape. I don't look at it as that's the person, but
but
the thing is about their stores is they're so bright and they're so they make sense.
Yep.
There's a way to maybe tamp that down a little bit, but
I don't know.
It's
I don't
good
know
old
how you
American
do it.
freedom right there.
I know,
It really
I know.
is. I mean,
yeah.
as much as I hate to say it, and it is out.
Yeah.
There's several things I have to kind of go by.
And rumors are floating.
Uh-oh.
These are
The
rumors.
rumor mill.
They're rumors.
Rumor mill.
Okay. We're getting another coffee shop, and it's going to be out on Madison Street. Okay. I hear
okay.
that.
Okay.
I hear that.
I'm okay. If that's what
All
we
right.
need, then that's what we need.
Yeah.
The coffee
All right.
market's booming.
I talked to somebody today, though.
Who'd you talk to?
I'm not going to tell you. who I talked to.
Sources are not being revealed.
I got
but
a
I like
call. Actually, I've had 2 or 3 people ask me in the last day. One was this phone call I got. Who do I need to vote for? Well, we talked about the district that this gentleman lived in,
Mhm.
where he was, and just, told him to basically just do some homework
Mhm.
and look at what the people believe. And if he didn't feel like he's getting represented, here's the phone numbers to your commissioners.
Mhm.
Big concern was on that side of town, the traffic is horrid. And we're talking about building 500, 600, 700 more homes
Mhm.
over the next few years, talking about Remington Farms.
Mhm.
Okay. That discussion went for a little while. He's right in the middle of it, and he's concerned.
Mhm.
And everybody I know that lives in that area is concerned. And tonight, Bo, the planning commission got this ping pong ball back in their court
Mhm.
and getting ready to toss it back.
Uh-huh.
All right. And this is what I don't understand. I don't think this is legal, but the and I don't think the city attorney would recommend this, but it was made in a motion and passed and approved to send this back after the first reading, and you don't have to have a new first reading. You're
Mhm.
going right from a first reading, review, and then a second reading.
Mhm.
I don't think that is the standard to do things, but that's where we're at. You guys on the planning commission are going to get to chew on it
We
again
get
tonight.
to chew on that part of it. We'll give a recommendation. I don't know what'll happen. Who knows?
Hey, Teresa, since you're retired, you brought this up. We need a grocery store on the south side of town. Go
Yep.
open one up, Teresa.
Teresa's
And
grocery
here's somebody that'll help
store. We
you
can
right
call it
here.
Mama Shop. How about that?
Now, how about this
But
spot?
but back to that. Look,
Yeah.
they've got a lot of promises of infrastructure, a lot of things going on. I really wish we had that bypass. That'd make the decision. That would help with the decision. But that bypass isn't in the next 10-year plan.
No, it ain't happening. I mean,
So-
we got the 10-year
maybe,
state plan. It ain't on there.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. We'll see where it goes. But it's
All
going to
right.
be a hot topic. It has been.
I
Stay tuned.
think what you're going to see is a lot of local people if this passes, and I think it's still. I still think there's a chance that it might get voted down. I don't know.
Let's just
I mean,
remember.
here's
people.
the thing: the people, the overall, the entire city of Shelbyville, I'm going to say 75% against this particular situation.
That's probably a good
That's-
number.
that's
If you're
the
just
number.
but let's just remember this, people, especially with the planning commission, they give recommendations. It could be a yay recommendation or a nay recommendation. This is an ultimate decision of the city council.
I think everybody's starting to
Well,
understand.
I think
that.
they are, but I want to say it one more time. This is the decision of the city council, and they don't need to put it on strictly and solely, especially 2 or 3 times on an appointed body.
Well, here's the thing, Bo. Is it good or bad for the city of Shelbyville? Everybody that's sitting at a table somewhere can determine if this is good for the city of Shelbyville or not,
Yes.
based on the planning, based on the maps, based on the population concentration. You can look at all that stuff, and everybody can come to an agreement. We need to slow down on this. All
Yes.
right. And it could be from the planning commission tossing it to the city council to say, we don't think we're ready for this, but it's y'all's decision. All right. That would be a negative recommendation.
Right.
You could do that. All right. I don't think there's, who does this planning commission represent? That gets down to the question. And now tell me, who do y'all represent?
When you read in the state of Tennessee, what it says about the planning commission, it says that you represent the people, the citizens of the said municipality that you are in.
Right. So
ultimately, that's who you
everybody
represent.
in the city.
Everybody in the city,
Yeah.
you have a document.
Not
that you go
outside
over.
the city.
That's right. But you use that document, it's that, but you're ultimately representing the safety, that the best interest of the citizens.
Right. So you look at safety, you look at traffic, you look at all these different things that have been talked about. But I also think at some point, everybody has to look at what do the citizens that are living here today that are paying property taxes, what do they say? Overwhelmingly, these city people that are paying city taxes, I don't reside here, but I've got a business in the side of the city.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to see us make sure our infrastructure is right. And this is what everybody's saying. We've been beating this drum for the last 3 or 4 years, Bo. We've talked about it so much.
Get it ready.
At some point, who's going to ever listen to the people?
Well,
I just want to know who is going to do it and actually represent the people. All right. And that question comes up on this tax freeze. Who's going to listen to the people? If we don't have anybody that's listening to the people, what do we need to do? There's an election.
There's your choice right there. You get the person.
But for some reason, I don't know if our minds just go blank when we go in the voting booth. It turns into a high school popularity contest, and it's who's ever got the biggest sign we go in there and vote for.
Yeah.
And I'm about ready to throw up.
Yeah. It's kind of like, well, I know he did
It's
the right
terrible.
thing, but he looks mean. I'm not.
Man,
vote for the right
you look at
person.
these people that are voting right and the people that are voting wrong. You keep the people that are voting right, and you get rid of the people that are voting wrong and give somebody else a chance. At least you start with the ground level. You know what you're getting with these morons that keep voting. Oh, well, I didn't mean that.
And that works all the way.
I don't
up.
mean it. I don't mean to attack
You're
anybody
talking
here.
about the state people there. You weren't.
No, I'm
talking
talking about local.
I know.
All right.
I was trying to help you there.
I think there's a lot of good folks that go into these rooms, but they lose their brain and they lose something when they sit down together. And then you talk to people that are individually out of it. Oh, yeah. But then go in there and vote completely opposite.
Maybe they're getting a shot or something. Are they going in there and bring? Well, maybe there's something we don't.
It's pressure. It's pressure
Political
from
pressure is dangerous, and it's got to be out of you.
Economic pressure that's put on them politically by an elite group of people that apply the pressure, and it's all about money. Okay,
Well, you got to go in there with your cloak on and just dodge people, and then go serve. That's the only way I can look at it. Just go in there and serve.
Okay. Anyone with questions or concerns about the assessments can call 931-684-6390. That's from Drew Reed.
Thank you,
Someone
Drew.
can help with anything you need. Thank you, Drew. And
That's what we wanted to hear
I've
from.
got a situation. I'm going to have to come talk to you.
We know it's not your fault, Drew.
It's-
I know
it's-
everybody's
it's-
blaming
well, I tell
Drew
you,
and everybody
I
else.
wouldn't want to work in that office
No,
right now.
it's a thankless. They get paid, but it's wow.
Not
That's
enough
rough.
during
Not
this,
enough
not
during
this
time.
month. I'm telling you that.
We're
All right,
praying for you.
Troy Finley. Remember my News 5 interview. We need to plan 5 to 10 years from now, and are we truly doing that? And that should be a question mark. And my question still is, pay attention. It's not a question, just a statement. Pay attention to who votes the right way based on where the city is, and pay attention on those that vote the wrong way and are not representing the general population of the city.
It's right there live for you.
And do so with the county.
That's a good comment, though. What he said.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because you've got to look at it. And I'm not sure about his news channel.
Yeah,
5.
this was 2 years ago, Troy?
Okay.
Maybe
Well,
2 years ago.
yeah, he's been spouting it too. We've all been
Yeah.
saying, this.
Yeah,
And,
all right,
and now,
but
now it's time. It's almost time to show. Show up.
And here's the thing. You got 6 people sitting on the city council. And if I sat down with all 6 of them one-on-one, they would tell me we need to grow responsibly. And then probably 2 of them are going to vote that way, and the other 4 are going to lose their brains.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
You just
So
gotta-
what's changed that?
It's a pressure thing. I think it's being in front. I don't know what's changing it. I can't speak for them. All I know is I pray for them to represent the people right. That's all we can do.
Represent the people. If you're sitting in a chair that represents, supposed to be on behalf of then do it.
Yep.
Do it.
Just do
Okay.
what you're in
No
there
matter
to
what
do.
somebody else says or does, look in the mirror and say, I'm going to do what's right for the city,
Yeah.
or I'm going to do what's right for the county.
Yeah, that's what
And
I've
then
learned.
if you do that and then you leave and get in your car and go to a meeting and do the opposite, you got more problems.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're going to
That's
have
terrible.
more problems. Look, you're going to take shots. People are going to talk bad about you. If you're there for the right reason to represent the people, it'll bounce right off of you and you'll represent the people the right way.
Yeah. And honestly, that's the popular thing to do.
It is.
I mean, if you're going to represent the masses and you do that, then actually you're going to have a good record with the public.
I hope they're listening. Maybe they're the current.
But I've heard this.
I'm listening.
I've heard this come out of city council members and county commissioners over the years. I'm not going to say this one person or that one person. Well, I'm paid to make the hard decisions. Well, you ain't paid much, okay? And the hard decisions are whatever those people tell you to do. That takes the monkey off your back if you're representing the people.
We've said that for years and years. I mean, you really don't have to think. It's represent. It's not go make your best decision. It's represent, make the best decision for them.
Okay. Now, speaking of representation,
I
put an article out yesterday talking about this county employees running for county commission bill that the House passed unanimously by 80%, goes to the Senate, and by 80% they denied it.
Yeah.
And they're all 80% Republicans that are supposed to be representing the people. How does that work when you've got the House that's representing the people and then the Senate that don't represent the people?
Isn't that funny?
How does that square up?
I mean, I don't even have an opinion much on that, but oh my gosh, that is such a joke right there. I mean, those people are supposed to be the same type and have the same alignment, but yet it's obvious that some manipulating went on somehow, somewhere, and they got that totally flipped. You know, whoever wants on that situation, that's fine. I'm not a county employee. I'm cool. I reserve my right, my opinion. But my goodness gracious, how in the world does that
think
happen?
You got to eliminate, if the state has that situation, a state employee can't be a state rep.
They do have that situation, correct?
All right, yeah. And the Bedford County and all boards of education have a conflict of interest policy where a relative of a teacher or a teacher cannot serve on a board that's going to choose their own salary. The city council, most everywhere in the state, the only spot that it don't happen is the county.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then you got that much disparity between a unified Republican conservative base of people that are representing our country. And how in the world can it be that far off?
That's what bothers me, regardless of whatever the issue is. There's something not right there. There's something that, okay, it's almost like they said, we'll pass it in the House to make it look good. And then when it gets to the Senate, y'all just kill it there. We did our job. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Troy, I'm going to go back to Troy. Listen to this. If we don't get the right people in the office now, we are going to get caught with our pants down. And I'm going to stop right there, Troy. Go back to the last city council meeting, county election. It looks like we got the wrong people in there now. We got Josh Blevins. Stand up.
He's not the wrong person.
No, he's the right person.
Right.
He votes for the people.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to make sure you said wrong person.
And I think you got William Christie that lives in that part of the area. I think I'll look for him to vote against this particular development.
I hope he's there to vote
do it.
There
he wasn't there the last time. And then you got, what we did 3 or 4 years ago is affecting today. And that's proof of what Troy's saying. If we don't get it right now, we're going to get caught with our pants down later. The primaries are super important. People need to do their research. And we need to do that now because the decisions that we're going to see made 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago down the road will be a fruit of what those votes turn out to
and there
be.
are hard decisions being made.
It's not hard, though.
Well, no, let me say myself. Yeah, no, you're right. It's not hard. But there are stressful decisions being made. But it's not stressful if you just put it on the people.
The people.
That's all you got to do.
That's what the people want. If I was voting on the county commission floor, every time I cast a vote, yes or no, I would say, on behalf of District 5, I vote no, or I vote yes, on behalf of them, recognizing that this is their vote, not my vote.
And another thing I've noticed is watch who's present too. Like this planning commission night, the last one I got raked over, whatever. I could easily just miss tonight's meeting, and dodge it. But I'm there to represent, and I'm there to do my job. I'm not going to run. I'm going to take it, and I'm going to make my decision there, and we're going to make our decision. But pay attention to who is present and not present during very public issues.
Right. Okay. Now we got Marie Harmon. Ask Shane Reeves. Okay. Shane Reeves voted in the Senate against.
He voted against this.
He voted against the bill.
Okay.
And in the House, Pat Marsh voted against it.
Okay.
He was one of 11 votes that voted against it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, that's the record right there, and those are our representations.
Those are our representatives.
I haven't talked to either one of them about why or why not.
I don't. It doesn't matter. Right, they just didn't do what the people wanted. That's why. Okay, and I don't know why they did it. All right, Chad Fletcher. How different would we look if 30 years ago we had planned for today? And that's the thing. We don't have a crystal ball, and we don't know what's coming. But if we dreamed, and we could possibly have seen 30 years ago that we're going to expand in population, somewhere in there, somebody had to think that and just never said it out loud.
I know that there were some decisions that could have been made, but I think that just economically, they thought, well, we don't need to spend that much right now because we don't know if it's going to, there were real reservations. It's a risk. Yeah. And I think what Chad's trying to say is maybe it's time to take that risk because we see where we're
a little behind the curve.
We are. It's exactly right. We need to think in terms of 30 years.
I mean, when you're behind,
or 50 years,
when you're behind like this, you got to catch up, and the only way we can catch up is slow something down. So we got to slow this blind dog in a meat house attitude of building everything, to pull it back to where we can get ahead with our infrastructure. At least we're just a little ahead.
Well, our infrastructure in the city of Shelbyville is telling us to please stop because it is failing in certain areas that they're having a moratorium put in.
Right.
So if it's kind of like not listening to your body.
But the state is having to do this.
Yeah, but if it's not, but I know, but it's like if you don't listen to your body, you're going to have a heart attack.
It's like the doctor has come in and done it. The state has done it. We hadn't done it ourselves,
right? Because
we're too entrapped in the dollar of like getting every single person crammed in Bedford County into the city of Shelbyville. We can.
And they've got a tough job. They can't just go in there and start putting in brand new,
it's going to cost a fortune.
It costs a fortune. And we know it, and we're not on anybody, but when the infrastructure is telling you that I cannot support what I got, then maybe that's a symptom of it.
We have got to get some grants for our utility companies for collapsing.
You better believe
systems.
It, and I know it's got to be out there. And then these IDDs, these infrastructure development districts, I think are going to be a great tool in the future. To that way, it guarantees infrastructure before construction, and it is paid for by the builder and the people that are buying the houses there.
Yeah.
But that's a way to put it on, to take the burden off of like the entire tax bracket and putting it on a certain, somehow, some way it's got to get paid for if we want it.
If
we don't need it, then we don't need to have it.
If we patch it, our utility bills in the city will stay lower. If we go and we have to pay for it, sewer bills are going to double
because you're
going to have to get probably $100 million of some sort of financing long term to correct the problems that we hadn't dealt with. And it's like you said, we just can't afford it right now. It's kind of like not changing the oil in your car.
Yeah, and I think most, if not everybody, knows this. But when you're given so many chips to play with, you can only do what you can do.
I know. And the chips that we're wasting, we got to stop, whatever that might be.
Right.
All right. We've talked enough, and I've ranted enough today.
You've gotten good rant. I know the session went great today.
Yeah. So here's the thing, Bo. I hate to see people getting in an office just to be representative of their constituents. Look at them and say, I'm smarter than you guys are. Y'all shut up and get in your room, and I'll handle this.
Yeah,
and that's the way I feel at the county commission level.
Those days they've got to change. It's time for a new change. It's well received. What you say, because it's something that's big for your heart. It's something we've said for years and years. So I hope everyone does understand that this is something that is very serious, and that we don't take take it easy.
Well, I don't think that our citizens are taking this serious, because I look at the early voting numbers and you compare them to our last comparable election 4 years ago, and we're running behind on early voting.
You would think not with a sheriff. I mean, a totally new sheriff and totally new county mayor.
Well, here's the big thing. We've got 3 people running in the mayor's race on the Republican ticket.
We do.
One of them is going to move forward.
Right.
That means 2 are getting eliminated.
Right.
Okay. That's an important election, Bo.
It is.
Okay.
I think that's why people, maybe they don't think it's important. There are a few of these districts that aren't going to have many in there, but that mayor is. I mean, the sheriff right now, there's not much you can do. Really.
No, you got one that's in the primary and one that's out.
That's right.
Okay, you still get to go and give a complimentary vote.
That's right.
All right, if you want to do that, go do that.
You can do complimentary.
All right. Then District 1, you've got 3 on the ballot. 2 are moving forward. It's do or die for District 1.
This is District 1. This is the election. Right here.
Well, you got a couple that are adding on, I think, or at least one.
Well, you do, but ultimately you've got an incumbent right there.
Yeah.
And this could change the whole nature of District 1. You're already going to have a new one there.
Right.
Because Drew has stepped aside. He served his time and stepped aside. But yeah, this is important. So show up at these primaries. I can't say it enough, it's not just a game to get ready for the real election. This has consequences.
Yeah.
All elections have consequences.
All right. So, but it doesn't look like it's important to people.
No, it doesn't. I mean, not with what the numbers
I'm
are
like
us.
flabbergasted.
I would think that nowadays it would be, especially with the amount of candidates we've had, I thought, wow, we're going to have a huge turnout. And for it to be where it is now as compared to the last, it's disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, you got Chad, Chad Fletcher.
Yep, Chad Fletcher.
You got Allie Puckett, and you got James Sloan, all 3 going into the Republican primary.
Yes, you do.
For mayor.
Yes.
That should draw the entire county into vote right there.
What else could?
I don't get it. I don't get it. All right. So
I know Chad's going.
The last day is May 5th, but the last time we had a primary like this, half of the votes were early voting.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
50% over. I think it's 54%. I have to look back and get those numbers. Right now, we're doing 100, 125,
How many more
130.
days do we have?
We have to April the 30th.
April 30th. Those watching, we've got
early
April
voting
30th for April for early voting. Then you'll have the May the 5th, I believe, isn't it? I think the primary. But go early vote. That we can't say that enough.
If you're watching this, more than likely, you know who your current commissioners are, and you know that you live in the city or the county, and that you vote. If you're in the city, you vote in the city elections and the county elections, and you know that your district is this number.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of people out there that don't know those facts. I encourage each one of you to tell your family members, get out and vote. Do you know who you're supposed to vote for? Which you know what you're voting for here. Pick one. Do your research. Encourage everybody to do their own research. Ask questions and hurry up.
I'm carrying a map with me when I'm talking to people. That way I can say, here's the district that I'm currently campaigning for. But by the way, here's all these other districts, and you can get them. I think on Shelbyville now we have them.
Yeah.
You can get them on the county website.
And there's one other thing too. They don't teach this stuff in school.
Nope.
I didn't learn anything about local civics or local politics in school. I had to get out and teach myself.
I did too.
My parents didn't even know because they weren't taught. And we kind of learned together a little bit about this. But we have to teach people. We have to talk about this. This is important. Everybody wants to complain, okay, and not vote, okay.
We've got to get out there, be part of it, vote. That is your way. That's your way right there.
Yeah.
Let's look at Iran. Let's look at some of these other countries that just have these fluff elections that don't matter. They already know.
Yeah.
We've got to do it. We can make a difference here. We've got a good election commission here. I'm proud of what we got here in Bedford County and in Tennessee. So go let the system work. Right?
You'll have to tell them Republican or Democrat.
No,
when you walk
on the
into
primary,
they'll ask you, are you wanting to vote Republican or Democrat? You can't vote both ways. You pick one. And by and large, I think it's 96% is Republican right now showing up.
Yes.
And that's the way it's going to be.
That's the way it's going to be.
Right.
In 1960, it might have been Democrat, but that's why we get about the political part. I won't go there today, but
we don't want to. But anyway, thanks for listening. Thanks for playing along. Thanks for the comments. We encourage everybody to get out and vote, and please tell other people, get out and vote.
Yeah.
All right.
And thanks for our sponsors,
Yes.
580 Graphics and
Yeah.
Bobo Construction and Land Management.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for their sponsorship, and y'all go check them out if you need anything.
Yeah. We'll see y'all next